So there's no point in having a YouTube channel called Too British to be Asian and not confronting the elephant in the room. Hi, my name's Sharon, host and creator of Too British to be Asian. This channel was actually originally a podcast, but I've decided to pivot because podcast is the rage and I should actually be following that trend. And in fact, I've decided I'm going to face my fear, face the traumas that I faced as a child, and come to terms with the fact that I'm in my 40s and I cannot speak Punjabi. It's a hard pill to swallow. It's something that I've tried to avoid my whole life on the subject and sort of speaking about why I don't, and also just reliving people's judgment on it. It's hard, something I've faced since childhood. However, since speaking about losing my culture because I don't speak my mother tongue, a lot of my videos have gone viral. So I've decided, well, put my money where my mouth is, and I'm going to learn Punjabi in my 40s. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I have absolutely no idea. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how I'm going to start. I don't know how I'm even going to get on with it. So it's really weird. There's actually parts of Punjabi that I understand from hearing people say things. So when someone says something to me, I can sort of maybe clumsily be able to understand. But there's a whole lot of times where people have said something to me because they have a strong accent or because they are very much fluent than what I am. And I just have absolutely no idea. A really good example of that is just listening to Punjabi songs. I have absolutely no idea. If someone maybe actually slowed it down for me and said the words a bit slowly, maybe I would understand. But I don't. So this is a channel, me pivoting on trying to learn Punjabi. And if you want to help me, and just not criticize me, but if you want to help me, please do help me. I will take any advice possible. But there are some creators I'm going to get guidance for. And two of them particularly I'm quite fond of. I kind of like what they suggest, which is just speaking. One of the things I'm absolutely just comes with shame with me is not being able to speak, because when I used to try and speak, people used to laugh at me and it was just humiliating. But let me also tell you what my why is, and I'm going to actually show you what my why is.
Okay, look, first of all, what pomegranate, yeah? What else do you want?
Red grapes, please.
Red grapes, okay.
Mum,
Yeah.
why can't you speak Punjabi?
Because I wasn't taught it, darling. No one taught me how to speak Punjabi. Why? Do you wanna learn Punjabi?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll work it out and I'll let you know, yeah? And I'll help you.
That's
All
it.
right.
I was very emotional after that. It's hard. And this is why I think this is actually really important, because it's not actually just a personal issue. It's a generational issue. So not only was I not taught my mother tongue, I now obviously can't teach my children their mother tongue. And something happened at my child's school where she didn't write down some things about her culture because she didn't know, and therefore was really worried about going to school because she wasn't picked. I don't know. It's quite a hard story to even say, so I won't go into it. But I find the whole thing quite stressful. It's hard. It's hard. Because there's a whole identity of me. There's actually a part of me that just feels just a lack of belonging. And also when people look at me, they assume I know a language. They assume because of how I look, and kind of rightly so. I understand people when they look at me and they think, oh, I know a language, when I absolutely don't. So that's another conversation that I've got to get my head round as well. But ultimately, people in the comments have always said to me, it's never too late. Well, actually, in some ways it's not, but actually there's part of me that actually believes that it is too late, because the people I wanted to speak Punjabi to are not here now. Those people that I want to speak Punjabi to, I couldn't communicate with, and therefore I missed out on some, I would say, sacred relationships. Relationships that are actually meaningful and important to me. And I'm not going to be able to get that back. But then I was thinking, well, what if I do this and teach my children and they teach their children? I mean, what a flex. That would be a huge flex for me. I would love that. But ultimately, I do believe that people are out there losing their culture, not knowing their mother tongue, and therefore naturally, organically leaning into their Western, and in a lot of cases that I know, British side. They've lost that part of them that possibly could feel like an identity crisis at some stage of their life. So I don't know how I'm going to do this. I know it's going to be hard. I know it's going to be really tricky, and I'm probably going to cry, literally. But in some ways, I have to do it. I want to prove that I can do it, and I'm happy for you to come on the journey with me. So let's get this started.